Hey, welcome to another adventure in old code. Well, due to a gaffe on my part, I've already chosen the episode, and we are going to have a look at. No, not episode 7. Oh man, another gaffe. Episode this. Man, computers, I tell you. I never understand computers. Welcome to another adventure in old code, where we take a look at old QBasic code written by me and my brother, and we laugh, we cry, we cringe, but mostly we just hang our heads in shame at the stuff that came out of our brains. Thanks for joining me. Today is a special episode of DRVILPOP 2, the sequel to the infamous DRVILPOP, a city simulator that my brother wrote, and that was a few episodes ago. You can take a look at that on YouTube. But this is the sequel, so this should be very interesting. I'm very excited to look at this. I hope you're staying safe, staying inside, and washing your hands, and we will get through this pandemic together. Let us begin. Okay. So we are going to open up DRVILPOP 2. DRVILPOP 2. Alright, let's see what we get today. I'm very curious. Already I see a bunch of arrays that are going to hold pictures, and he's got a lot of them. He's got 8 U's and 8 D's. Whatever. Okay, without further ado, let's go. Name of settlement. Well, this is Joeyland. For how many years do you want to watch? Regular till $39.99. Well, we've done $39.99 before, so last time in the first DRVILPOP we did $39.99. So let's do it again. So right away, war is declared on Dur. So this looks a lot similar. So if you go back and look at my old episode, I can't even remember the number. It was in the 70s though, so have a look at YouTube for it. We did DRVILPOP, and there was a war aspect to it, but you didn't actually get to see it because of some bugs in the program, but we fixed those bugs. And we forced a war to happen. And it looked exactly like this, except this doesn't have all the bugs fixed because the war town is at 100. So what's happened is you have this city, and at various times every year things can randomly happen, and one of the things that can randomly happen is war is declared, and that's what's happening now. So I think we're the federal defense at 38. That's our strength out of 100. And nuclear strike, ground troops. We keep sending in the Navy, nuclear strikes, and ground troops, and we're not making a dent. Wartown's defense is still at 100. So I think we're going to die here, and we may have to fix something in the program. And we're just totally dead right away here. Oh, come on. Don't let this misery last any longer than it has to. What is... Huh. It went back into the war. Okay, I'm gonna break out of this. This doesn't look very exciting. Whoa. I'm gonna try one more time. See, immediately war is declared on me. I don't want war. I can't win at war. Forget it. Okay, so we're gonna have to go through this and find out where war is called, and just like not call it. Where do we do war? I guess I can search for it. War. Right here. Oh my goodness. He must have been doing some testing here because that was commented out. You know, I wonder if this is the same thing and he was trying to get this to actually work. Okay, let's try this. Joey Land, $39.99. Enter. Okay, so now this is actually DRVILPOP. And every time, every year, various things can happen. And one of these things, you know, one of these things is the war. And unfortunately, the war is unwinnable. So once that happens, we're dead. So, because it's an unwinnable war. But we've actually seen this before. I don't see anything different. So the city did okay in 21.99. And the population, oh, population boom. So you see that red square with the, it's a little hospital that comes up with a population boom. Those sounds mean something, and we figured that all out last time. But so far, this is exactly like the original game. So my guess is that he was just trying to fix his war and decided it was he decided to make a second version of the game where he tried to fix the war, and he got so far as to uncomment out the if statement, so it always happens, and he just stopped. Because, I don't know, he got bored, he couldn't figure it out. Yeah. So for those of you who haven't seen this, this is cool. Minor population drop, accidents, and crime. This is cool, but we did this all before. So I will point you to my YouTube channel. And you can see the episode on DRVILPOP. For today, we're going to break out of this, and we're going to look and see if there's anything we can see that is different. And I really don't think there is. It's just, we've got these massive U's and D's. Bear with me 1 second. I don't think he had that in the original. Yeah, so the original didn't have them. So, but a lot of this is similar. But there's, I suspect there's more going on in the first one. And now here's the second one. So we do have these arrays. Now, these would be used to hold graphics, but I don't see him using them. So he's using it in the war. Oh, those are just draws. Oh my goodness, that's what he was trying to do. Okay, so the thing is, if a war happens, and this will really play on knowledge of the first one being crucial. So, oh no, this is gonna go into the war right away. So, the thing is, every year, you get like another dot on your map, and your map is drawn. It's all drawn as the years progress. You get these dots, and these dots become a representation of your city. And they actually the whole picture gets quite elaborate as time goes on. Now, bring into that the war. One of the things we realized last time was that when the war happens, he erases the screen and does that whole description of the turns of the war. But the problem is we lost see, here we go. So war happens, and we've now lost the graphical representation of our city. So what he's tried to do here is realizes that, and for this second version of his game, he's now going to try and save the graphics of the screen, I'm thinking, in these variables. So that he can restore the image of your city after he clears the screen. So I think that's exactly what he's tried to do. So yeah, and this just all looks. I'm going through all this very quickly because we've already dealt with all this. But if you go down and you go down, all this stuff happens. Everything's the same. And then all these here. So now, if the disaster number, which is between 1 and 4,000 every year, is 1, so every year there's a 1 in 4,000 chance that war will happen. Then what he's trying to do is he's trying to get each portion of the screen into these variables so he can restore them. But he never got to the point where he could restore the screen because he never fixed the war, because your enemy is impervious to anything you throw at him. So first he gets from 00 to 79,119. So he gets 80 pixels across and 120 pixels down, which is the upper one. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, we could see this. If we change all the gets, we change all these gets to lines. Let's find and verify. Yes. He's tried to break the screen up into 16 And then we're gonna do this 14 BF. So the 14 is gonna be a yellow. BF stands for no longer are these coordinates defining a part of the screen to put into memory, but these are coordinates to draw a box, a rectangle. Let me see if I can speed this up. Yes. So we're going to see the different portions of the screen that he's tried to do. War declared on DIR, and then we're going to sleep. So instead of sleeping for 2 seconds, I'm going to sleep. Taking away the number means you just sleep until a key is pressed. I want to see how he's broken up the screen. Okay, and now let's make sure war actually happens. So let's make it 100 times more likely. Why? We'll make it there. 200 times more likely. Okay. Okay, now we're looking for the war. Shoot. You know what, that was my bad. I made them filled boxes. I don't want filled boxes. So let's get rid of all this. We've just got normal boxes. Okay. $39.99. There we go. So he's... See, I question his what... So he was trying to do something. I think he was trying to save the screen, but didn't get very far. Plus, he didn't finish the war, so what's the point of really focusing on the bugs of the screen grabbing? I think what he found was that if you try and just grab the entire screen, you won't be able to store that in memory. You might come into an issue. Oh, this is the war subroutine. Which we can see if we just try and... if we just try and grab the whole screen. Get 00 to 639, 479, and put that into U1. We're going to make war happen pretty much immediately. And this probably won't work. Yeah, because it's too small of an array. But I think you could only do certain sizes. So if we made the array 10 times bigger, you still can't do it. And I think this is what he was facing. There just wasn't enough memory in the computer. And I think all you can do is, like, can you even go to 32,768? I think you can't. No, that's an overflow. So the maximum amount you can have, nope. 64K. Oh, right, but they're each they're each 4 bytes in memory. So you're probably only allowed 16,000. There we go. That's the maximum size of your array. Yeah, which you can't fit the whole screen. So QBasic, even though it has lots of memory, it for whatever reason says you cannot have an array that requires more than 64K of memory. And so a single floating point value takes 4 bytes in QBasic, and so 64K, you can only have 16K, 16,000 elements when they're all singles, which is not enough to get the whole screen. But what he was trying to do was break the screen up into smaller sections, and maybe he was hoping that that would work, but I don't think it would have. One of the things he could have used was the pcopy command and use a screen mode that had two virtual screen, and you can flip back and forth between the two. So you can do all your drawing on one, and then you can flip to the second. So you always have a screen that's showing on your monitor and a screen that's just in memory, and you can swap them. But he didn't do that. But that would have been something that he could have done. Okay, I don't think there's anything, like this is just a broken version of DRVILPOP. I don't see, other than his attempt at fixing the war, and I think we actually did fix the war in the first episode. So the first episode on DRVILPOP. So I'm not even going to go through there. There's this nice line here that everyone loves to hate. Just brilliant. It goes on. Anyway, is there a description? Oh, interesting. So this, okay. This is a subroutine as just a comment. This is the population account for D'Urville from 1999 to 3999. As the population grows, so does the rate of growth. As D'Urville increases, its name will change with a beep. The city can be destroyed by war, suffer from natural disasters, experience an increase in crime and accidents, or suffer exposure to radiation from a nearby power plant. The city can also receive immigrants or experience a population boom. The account is over when the city is destroyed by war or the year is 3999. Well, thanks for that description. I think we figured it all out in the first go around. Crack draws the earthquake cracks on the ground. That's it. So if you didn't see the first one, you're totally lost now, and you have to go back and watch it. I think it was in three actual parts. It was a long one. We went through all of this. But that's it for me today. So thanks for joining me in this adventure in old code. Have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.